Alrighty guys, and this is the director commentary for SPSA The School Project. Now this is the remastered version of the director's cut. Now a little bit of background before we get into that. But of course I made this video as my final project for my senior year of high school, and so yeah, this was a video I mentioned in the commentary for SPSA the movie remake that came in between that. So yeah, this video was a video I needed to get done because I wouldn't have been able to graduate without it, but you know, whatever. This is actually still one of my favorite videos that I've ever made. And the remastered version just adds background music, not really much else, but it adds background music because the original video didn't have any. Which will probably make it stick out like a sore thumb in Season 7, but whatever. I wanted to make sure that my favorite video of Season 7 was up to the same quality as my other videos, which, yeah, I would love to give this video a full, proper remake, but unfortunately, I don't have a school to film at the moment. Nor do I think I'll ever get a school to film at again, but that's beside the point. If this video was made as a school project, now this version, the director's cut, not the remastered version, I just did that just cause, but this version was done as a director's cut. Basically, I had some things that I wanted to include, but couldn't because the video needed to be 15 minutes or less, so no, not because of YouTube limitations, but because of other things. But yeah, due to time constraints, I had to cut some things out, so I made the director's cut to re-add those things and shuffle some scenes around and add some stuff that wasn't there originally. Namely Cody's presentation. Yeah, in the original video, Cody was out sick. He didn't feature in the ending to the video at all. He didn't have a presentation because I didn't have time to give him one. But here, he does, and I was playing Minecraft when I filmed the director's cut, so I was like, oh, why don't I make Cody's presentation on why hardcore Minecraft is way too easy? And I kind of still do stand by the stuff I say in this video, or in his segment, but you know, whatever. Anyway, another thing, yeah, Junior in the gray cabinet. I knew I wanted, yeah, the whole idea was to give Junior a project, but didn't know what it was, so I just looked at the filing cabinet that was in the classroom I was filming in and was like, yeah, that'll work. And yeah, it was supposed to be really dumb. And this is entirely in character for Junior in my series. In fact, it still is. But, you know. It's an entire... Yeah, so SPSA... the main crux of the video is SPSA, and his project. Yes, I know I misgendered myself. I was still a guy when I made this. So for simplicity's sake, I am going to refer to SPSA as a guy. So, anyway, yeah, the bananas. I needed something on the computer screen so it just didn't look like the character was staring at a blank screen. So I'm like, ooh, ooh, ooh. Banana. I can't snap really fast. That's as good as you're gonna get from me. But I was like, ooh, bananas. Because I had already made a banana joke earlier in the video. Spsa when he's lost in the novel he's writing, which, by the way, those are actual excerpts from an actual novel I'm writing. Yeah, maybe I'll release what I have of it on Twitter or something. It is very incomplete, but yeah, maybe I'll drop what I have of it on Twitter or something, but that's beside the point. Mickey's here. You're probably wondering, microphone probably picked that up. I tripped over something, whatever. You're probably wondering, why hasn't Mickey featured in a video lately? He wasn't even in the plush collection video for this year. Yeah, that's because I can't find his plush. Like, I have it. I just don't know where it is. But anyway, yeah. This is around the midway point. SPSA is writing his paper. Now, fun fact, that is not the paper SPSA is writing. That is actually the outline I wrote for this very video. That I kind of wish I still had. But I don't. Because my school email account, because obviously I don't go to that school anymore, because I've graduated, has been shut down and I can't access it. So yeah, I can't access that outline anymore. Probably would leak that to Twitter too. I'm not really leak, but I'd post that to Twitter too. But yeah, so Principal, one of my favorite recent SPSA characters that I'd love to bring back, but can't because I don't have a tripod. But he's actually a funny character. And stuff, but yeah. This is the paper I wrote for my final project thing. Yeah, so now I'm quickly gonna run over some other differences between I called it the special edition cut, because I made the original version, then I made a special edition cut to smooth out some things that weren't really good in the original. And then I made the director's cut, which is everything that wasn't in either of those two cuts. In the original cut, the Junior and the cabinet scenes are slightly different, and the introductory scene where Junior's talking about the project doesn't exist. In the special edition cut and the original cut, we just cut to Junior in front of the cabinet talking about his project. But I wanted to have a little introductory scene to be like, hey, this is what's happening, and I've done it in other videos. If you go watch the other school videos, I have like a little like introductory scene of Junior and Cody talking at the desk before it gets to the crux of the episode. And yeah, you can see originally on the board it said Cody was out sick, but that'll be fixed here. Now, another thing I did with the this cut was update the breaking news screen. The breaking news screen was originally the blue triangle background with default iMovie text, but I've since updated the breaking news screen and I wanted to make it the new one, But yeah, so we have Junior's presentation. It's gray. I think originally I wanted to write "it's gay" on the board or something like that. Just something more actually a joke than just "it's gray." But I couldn't really think of anything to do for that. But whatever. The Bitterman's reaction to Junior's project was still pretty funny. And here we are, the Cody's project, and yeah, he mentions he stayed up pretty much all night to finish it, and yeah, so I'm just gonna say it. I like doing outdoor scenes. Outdoor scenes are fun, and that's why Back to the 90s had quite a few of them, because I like doing outdoor scenes. They're fun. And they vary up the locations that the characters are in, which I also love. But yeah, so we're gonna let Cody cook for a second while I talk about my music choices for the remastered cut. These were just songs that I had already picked / used for other projects. Most of these songs were either in past videos or were going to feature in Back to the 90s, which there's a Rhodes song in here that does feature in Back to the 90s. Because I released this video as kind of a stopgap in between Tails Rigs the Election, which was the previous video, and Back to the 90s, which was the video after this one. But yeah, so that is why I did that, because I wanted a stopgap in between Tails Rigs the Election and this video, to kind of recoup my viewer retention, which is kind of what I'm doing with this commentary, not gonna lie, but who cares. But yeah, so here we go. SPSA's project. Now, if I hadn't made it clear in the video already, which was the whole point of the video, because I didn't want the video to just be, because the video needed to be 15 minutes long, because that was how long these presentations were. I didn't want to just have, like, SPSA, like, just talking about his topic and stuff, because that means the video would be too short. So what I did instead was I pretty much showed the process of him going from brainstorming his project to the final product, and that is what I needed to do to get to that 15-minute mark, was do that, because yeah, this would have been way too short. And now the project was, how can mental health be accurately portrayed in a musical production, or something like that. And yeah, this is because I was on a huge musical theater kick at the time, and I'm still a theater kid. So fight me. Don't. But yeah, so the plan was always to show his process and then put the actual presentation part at the end, with some build-up with more build-up with worse projects, because I wanted to position this as both, hey, this is my school project, and hey, this is just a standard SPSA video for those of you who are watching it today outside of the context it was released in. So yeah, that was my goal with this video, to not only make it a school project, which it is, but also to make it a just bog standard SPSA video for people who are watching it outside of the context of which it was released. But yeah, so now real quickly, there are a few continuity errors, just like SPSA the movie remake, just because I had to, for the additional scenes and even some of the reshot scenes, I had to film in a completely different classroom. So there are continuity errors, just like SPSA the movie remake, for much of the same reasons. But I don't think they, like, take you out of the experience too much. It's just like, hey, can you spot where things are just slightly different? And if you can, cool, here's a cookie or whatever. But yeah, so I made this video mainly because I had to, because a girl needed to graduate high school, and this is the best way I went about doing it. But anyway, with that being said, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye for now.